Hello, Falcon Nation. Today we honor the class of 2019. Graduates, and we started doing this a few days ago, it is our job to make this ceremony a big deal because today it is definitely about you and you are a big deal. To all the families representing the class of 2019, thank you. Thank you for being faithful to your children. Thank you for loving them unconditionally. Thank you for telling them no during moments in their lives when they desperately begged you to simply say yes. Your patience, tenderness, encouragement, discipline, commitment, protection, and determination allows you families, to celebrate the accomplishments of your sons and daughters today. Graduates, in response to what we just said to your families, help me honor them. To the educators and all the staff members here at Austintown Fitch High School, thank you for investing in the lives of these young people for the past 4 years. Without a doubt, you have prepared these graduates for a strong educational foundation that makes them more than ready for college, military service, and the workforce. And I know that for sure, graduates, because you sitting here today, my own children have been blessed by the educational impact and the high-quality education here at Austintown Fitch High School by the teaching staff. Graduates, just as we did for your families, help me honor everyone here at Austintown Fitch. To everyone in this gymnasium, before we stand together as the Austintown Fitch Band plays our national anthem under the direction of Mr. Wes O'Connor, I would like to highlight the fact of the level of patriotism that separates this community from other communities. To be blunt about the Austintown community, we blatantly honor military veterans and military families without shame. What is more, this community cares more about honoring those who have had our backs, given their lives, and loved their country than so-called political correctness that seems to inhibit others. Containing patriotism and excitement for our military branches of service and the United States of America is not what we do here in Austintown. Period. Sent with loud effect. At this time, please stand for the playing of our national anthem. And gentlemen, please remove your hats. We would like all senior members of the vocal music department to join the choir concert at this time in preparation for the singing of our senior song. As they finish preparing for formation, I would like to say this about the song that's been selected today. The song selected this year, Roots Before Branches, has personal and professional meaning for all of these senior vocalists. The message of this song reminds all of them, and it should remind all of us, that we have to have roots before branches to know who we are, to know where we want to be. Only then will we have the faith to take chances, to find the right place in the world, learn to stay strong, and most importantly, learn to stay standing. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Austintown Fitch Concert Choir, led by Mr. Klein. I don't know if it's like when a guy turns 50, he cries more. I really don't know. So I got to talk to the men in here who are over 50. I didn't even bring tissues up here. Why would I need tissues? I should have brought tissues. Okay. Before both senior class presidents and valedictorians come forward respectfully, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our Board of Education and Central Office team members for supporting you guys, the class of 2019, as well as advocating for every single student in the Austintown Local School District, kindergarten through grade 12. And this is in no particular order. Mr. Don Sherwood, President, Mrs. Robin Krimpaski, Vice President, Mrs. Kathy Mock, Mr. Harold Porter, and Dr. David Ritchie. From the Central Office team, Ms. Janet Polish, Curriculum and Instruction and Special Programs, and Mr. Ryan Gazzoni, District Treasurer. I also want to thank the ACTV television production team, our high school secretary team. Literally, this doesn't happen without them. The entire high school custodial team and the district building and grounds. And finally, I want to thank the Austintown Fitch High School principal team, Mr. Jeff Swavel, Mr. Brian Race, Mr. Zach Barson, Mr. Dan Bokish, who served as an associate principal on my behalf throughout the year, and finally, Mr. Kelty, who will be the new Austintown Fitch High School building principal at the conclusion of this ceremony. At this time, please help me welcome Ms. Faith Marcio, Austintown Fitch High School Senior Class President, as she comes forward to give her farewell message.
Good morning. My name is Faith Marcio, and I am the president of the class of 2019. First, I would like to say how big of an honor it has been for me to serve as president of arguably the best class that Fitch has ever seen. There were some challenges that myself and my fellow officers had to endure this year, but I know that we gave it our all, and I hope that you all feel as though we've done our best, because I can assure you that we have done everything in our power to make sure that this has been a good senior year for all of us. In addition to this, I would like to thank the people who helped me get to this point and serve as leader of our class this year. First, I need to thank my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins, as well as my boyfriend and my close friends. Thank you for always being there for me when I need you. And now, the teachers and staff. Mrs. Carroll, you have been so helpful this past year as senior advisor. You've always answered any questions that I had throughout the year, no matter how big or small they were, and have been there for all of us. I sincerely thank you. There are also many teachers who I have not mentioned that have had major impacts on all of those sitting before me, and myself included. So I'd like to thank all the teachers at Fitch personally as well. Finally, I would also like to thank Mr. Bernai. He approved things like extra senior spirit weeks and allowed us to have sidewalk chalk at our senior cookout. And he also jumped in the bounce castle with us on the senior tailgate on the last day of school. You all have helped us create memories that we will surely never forget. And now, to the class of 2019. This school district and its staff members have officially given us all that they can, all the tools that we need for a successful future. Fitch throughout the last few years has been a safe place for all of us, whether it be Mrs. McGlynn's office, the art and ACTV rooms, Mrs. Carroll's room, the gym room, the choir room, the band room, or somewhere else with your favorite teacher in the building. Everyone has had a safe place these last few years. Whether we like it or not, we have always been comfortable here. But now we are going our separate ways, and it's going to be a little uncomfortable. It's important to remember how ready and well prepared we all are. Wherever we go, we are going to stick out. We have a spirit and drive that simply cannot be ignored. Wherever we go, we will surely be known. Because we are from Fitch, we are from deep breaths before games, matches, concerts, speeches, runs, jumps, cheers, and swims, before we pick up the racket, before we power up the robot, before we snap the picture. We are from long nights spent studying or writing papers, and long days complaining that we have so much work to do. Early mornings walking to the bus or safely crossing the street with the help of Mr. Bernai. We are all from the same Falcon family, the same home. the same safe place for the last 4 years, whether we admit it or not. Once a Falcon, always a Falcon. We will all do great things. It's time for us to spread our wings and soar. We now have everything that we need. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2019.
Representing the Mahoney County Career and Technical Center, Senior Class President, Mr. Brandon Smith, please help me welcome him as he gives his farewell message.
Hello, everyone. I'm sure some of you know who I am, but for those who don't, I'm Brandon Smith. Those 2 years ago, I decided to make a choice that would ultimately change my future for the better. I chose to go to MCCTC to begin my career. It was a rather difficult choice for me to take this step. Ultimately, I wasn't sure if I was ready to leave Fitch and all the memorable friendships that I created, but someone told me that this was the best choice that I could have made for myself, and I couldn't agree better myself. Going to MCCTC gave me the potential to reach my goal of becoming a software engineer, and I was able to achieve this all while earning my high school diploma still. And I truly believe that going to the Technical Center has changed my life for the better and shaped me into the person I aspire to become. And not to mention the amount of memories I was able to create with my friends and my teachers. A quote that really stuck out to me as my high school days were coming to an end is one from Andy Bernard. I wish there was a way to know we were in the good old days before we actually left them. I had no idea when I began high school that I was actually going to miss it, but I had no idea. We will all take these memories with us to cherish as we put our heart, mind, and soul into creating the best future we envision for ourselves. So in conclusion, I would just like to congratulate and wish all of my fellow classmates of 2019 a future of success.
The class of 2019 includes 21 valedictorians, and we're proud of that. So this is not part of the script, but you better believe I'm going to say it. For some reason, and this is really not about valedictorians at this point, for some reason there are high schools who all of a sudden think, heaven forbid we allow to have valedictorians in our school, because quite frankly, we want to protect kids from competition. Are you kidding me? You've been competing since you entered kindergarten, and it's just going to be more and more of a competitive world when you leave Austintown Fitch. So we do congratulate the 21 valedictorians, and crowd, family, and friends, I promise you they have a system, 3 groups of 3, where they will come up and give their speeches, and they're going to do a good job. I'm just going to call the names in no particular order, then I will sit down and you guys will follow through with your plan. Matthew Bodnark, Brittany Christmas, Gianna Dorenzo, Zachary Eckert, Samantha Epperhart, Alex Giovanone, Jared Godwin, Robert Merrick, Edward Odom, Cameron Pichatsko, Brett Porter, Hallie Renda, Renee Seebacher, Jeremy Selby, Laney Simons, Alexia Soto, Madison Tibbetts, Samuel Warg, Elise Yantis, Derek Yost, Michaela Zetz.
Good morning. I'm Matthew Bodnark, and I'd like to welcome everyone to this special occasion. Congratulations to my fellow classmates on reaching this important milestone in our lives. I know we could not be prouder of ourselves or of each other. I want to put emphasis on each other. We have held one another up these past 4 years, and I probably would not be standing here today giving this speech if not for the outstanding support from my fellow students and my family. A memorable quote from a certain English teacher stuck with me. She said, "This class will probably make you cry, but I will be here to cry with you. I think that embodies the spirit of what it's like to attend Fitch. We earned our success as a class. Every struggle is a shared experience. I am proud to be a part of the class of 2019. We did this together. So thank you to my parents, my brother Nick, and thank you, Fitch High School. Always play to your strengths, explore your limitations, and share in the experience. Each is an opportunity for greatness. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Brittany Christmas, and the last 13 years of my life have allowed me to create so many memories with the ones sitting around me today. We have cried together, stressed out over minor inconveniences, stayed up late nights, whether it be for school or for fun, and laughed at everything we possibly could. I want to thank my parents, my grandparents, my siblings, my friends, and the teachers I've had along the way. It wasn't just my hard work that pushed me to be where I am today. It took help from the ones that care about me, and I am eternally grateful for you all. Today, the day we have all been waiting for, is one of the hardest days, because it means that one chapter of our lives is ending. But this means that another is beginning, and I cannot wait to see what our futures bring to us. Thank you, class of 2019, for giving me memories that I will cherish for as long as I can, and hopefully you can too.
Good morning. My name is Gia Dorenzo. For the past 13 years, the Austintown School District is all that I've known. My first day of kindergarten introduced me to my best friends that are also walking alongside me today. AMS sparked my passion for sports, and I couldn't imagine wearing any other colors besides red and blue every Friday night for the past 4 years. I couldn't be more proud to graduate with everyone here today, and I know that we will all do great things in the future. I would like to thank God, my parents, siblings, grandparents, friends, teachers, Mrs. McGlynn, and everyone at this school for making high school some of the best years of my life. Thank you for not only encouraging and pushing us to reach our goals, but for helping us along the way. Congratulations, class of 2019. We did it.
Good morning. I'm Zach Ecker, and it's been quite the 4 years. We have gone through so much together, the goods, the bads, the middle. But at the end of the day, we were a big Falcon family, and I want to thank everyone out in front of me, the valedictorians in the front row and behind me, my family, my mom, my sister, my grandma, my aunt, Marcy and Season, and especially the staff and the teachers. They really got us through this at the end of the day, and we couldn't have done it without them.
Hello, I'm Samantha Epperhart, and welcome to our story. 4 years ago, we all began a new chapter, freshman year. We were all so excited to become high schoolers, and Fitch seemed so huge and confusing. Fast forward to sophomore year. We all became a little more familiar with our school. Some of us started learning how to drive, and we began to receive more freedom. Then junior year came along. We were finally upperclassmen. Suddenly, the thought of college and our futures became more relevant, and we were all so excited to begin our last year. Finally, senior year rolled around. We all experienced a lot of last this year. Last football games, last school dances, last assemblies, and we eventually came to our last day. However, this is simply the end of a chapter, not the story. So with that being said, I'd like to thank some of the people who made my story so amazing. My mother, who's always encouraged me to be strong and independent. My father, who's probably sobbing right now, has always reminded me to have fun every now and then. Both of them have given me everything that I've ever wanted and so much more. Christian, who always motivated me to do my best. I hope I'm as good as you one day. Noah, who believed in me no matter what. Your positivity has given me so much strength. And lastly, all of you. Thank you for all of the memories and laughter. I wouldn't be on this stage right now without you.
Once upon a time, there was an evil dragon that hid away many prisoners in a place that looks like a dungeon, Fitch High School. They were in desperate need of a brave hero to save them. Presenting The Adventures of Frederica the Penguin, starring Alex Giovanone. The Penguin ran through the doors of the fortress to find Stanley, the evil homework dragon guarding all of the prisoners. They had an epic battle that went on for hours, and finally, Frederica proved triumphant over evil. But when she ran in to get all of the prisoners, something was wrong. They weren't quite ready to leave. You see, even after all of the mountains of homework, the countless sleepless nights, the days we had spent crying, the fifth graders at Camp Fitch, the times and moments when we just didn't want to get out of bed, I'm finding that the hardest part of high school is saying goodbye. I thought graduation would swoop down like Frederica the Penguin and save me from my anxiety. But unfortunately, and in different ways, I'm finding I have a different hero. Fitch High School will rescue me every single day as I continue to apply the lessons I've learned here. I've learned from all of you. So to all of you who I have been honored to spend the last 4 years with, me and Frederica, we just have one thing left to say. Thank you.
Okay, well, I don't have puppets, but I do have a speech. Good morning. My name is Jared Godwin, and I'm honored to be standing in front of all of you today as one of this class's valedictorians. First, I would like to thank my family, friends, teachers, Mrs. McGlynn, and Mr. Bernai for all of the support and encouragement. This was a difficult task, and I could not have done it without you all. Second, I would like to congratulate the class of 2019. I believe we all have bright futures ahead of us. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Robbie Merrick, and I'm proud to say that I'm a valedictorian of the graduating class of 2019. Abel Tesfaye once said, "There is beauty behind the madness." The more I ponder this quote, the more I believe it applies to myself, my fellow valedictorians, and the rest of the class of 2019. For the past 4 years, we have all worked tirelessly. The madness has consumed all of us at some point in high school. However, we continue to work hard and devote ourselves to our eventual futures, even when the light at the end of the tunnel was not yet visible. However, this madness faded away and the beauty became visible. We can now reap the benefits of our hard work and move on to the next chapter. I for sure would not be up here right now if it wasn't for all of the incredible people who supported me during this journey. I'd first like to thank my parents. They have pushed me endlessly to become the man I am today, and their emphasis on hard work and achievement has shaped me into the person you see before you. They have helped me to see that success is a direct result of hard work. Next, I'd like to thank my grandparents, aunts, and uncles, for their wisdom has gotten me through the toughest of times. I would also like to thank every teacher and guidance counselor I've had the pleasure of encountering at Fitch. You have all impacted me in one way or another, and for this I am forever grateful. Finally, I'd like to thank my friends as well as the entire class of 2019. Thank you all for sharing this amazing journey with me. You have all touched me deeply and inspired me greatly, and you have all helped me to see that there truly is beauty behind the madness. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Eddie Odom, and I'm honored to be one of the many valedictorians graduating in the class of 2019. I have many to thank for being in this position because without these people, I would not be standing in front of you today. I would first like to thank God for giving me the natural ability to excel academically. I would also like to thank the ones who helped me build on this gift. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my amazing girlfriend, and the rest of my family that has helped push me to achieving this feat. I also couldn't have done it without a group of amazing teachers. There's too many of them to name right now, but I do want to name the teachers that I've had for 2 years who have played major roles in shaping my high school career. These teachers include Mrs. Williams, Mrs. Morton, Mrs. Carroll, Mrs. King, and Mrs. Kubaki. I address these women specifically because of the immense impact that they have had on my learning and getting me through their great teaching. I thank them tremendously for this. So in conclusion, thank you to everyone who got me here today, and thank you to the class of 2019. After all of these thank yous, I'd like to say one more thing. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Karen Pachatsko, and I'm honored to be standing up here today in front of you as one of this year's valedictorians. It's hard to believe that 4 years ago, we all walked into this building believing we had a long way to go before graduation. While it wasn't always easy and things didn't always go according to plan, high school went by way faster than I'm sure any of us anticipated. I know I wouldn't be standing up here today without the support of my parents, my teachers, and all of you. I'm proud to be part of such an amazing class alongside people who are brimming with talent, leadership, and the ambition to achieve our goals. I wish all of you the best of luck, and I implore you to never give up on your dreams. Congratulations, class of 2019. We made it.
Good morning. My name is Brett Porter, and I'm honored to be standing here today before you. A wise man once told me that although we have reached the end of our road together as students here at Austintown Fitch High School, that road is simply breaking off into many new paths that all lead to success. My success would not have been possible without many people in my life. With that said, I would like to thank all of the teachers I have had that have left an impact on my life and my education. I would like to thank Cecilia for encouraging me, always being there for me, and even doing some assignments towards the end of this year for me that I could just not handle anymore. I would like to thank God for always providing for my family and I and giving me every opportunity to succeed. As street philosopher and rapper Drake once said, "Count your blessings, not problems." And clearly, with all of these incredible people in my life that have always been there for me, I have had way more blessings than problems. I would also like to thank my parents, my siblings, and the rest of my family for their unconditional love and support. My parents never expected me or told me that I had to be standing here as valedictorian today. They simply always encouraged me to do my best no matter the outcome. As the child of a board member and a teacher in the Austintown School District, I knew that my actions and effort were a direct reflection of my parents. I had to do my part in keeping a positive image of my parents and my family, so I hope that I've made you both proud with all of my accomplishments. To the class of 2019, I leave with you this quote from my close friend and music icon, Kanye West. He says, "If you have the opportunity to play this game of life, you need to appreciate every moment. A lot of people don't appreciate the moment until it's past." Lastly, I would have liked to officially announce that my dad will be running for re-election in the fall. Everyone vote Harold Porter for Austintown Board of Education. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Hallie Renda. First, I'd like to apologize because you've already heard about 11 speeches today and you still have to hear 10 more. My focus this year was different from the years before. It was all about living in the moment and appreciating everything I have. I spent a lot of time in high school wishing away the days, weeks, and even months just to get past some tests and assignments. It's not till you're hugging your friends, family, and teachers on your last day of school that you wish to take all of that time back. I feel guilty for taking all of these times for granted. I tried my hardest this year to keep in mind that high school isn't going to last forever and that our lives here should be celebrated. It was so comfortable going to Fitch over the last 4 years. I've had teachers that have grown into good friends, and my friends have grown into family. But I guess it's not really good to be comfortable for too long, because then you stop growing. There's no challenge left for you to overcome when you're comfortable. Our time is up at Fitch High, but we'll all continue to grow in new places. There may have been some rough times in high school, but the good certainly outweighs the bad. The years we have ahead of us are going to take us in many different directions, but we'll always have these years together at Fitch to look back at. Once a Falcon, always a Falcon. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Renee Seebacher, and it is an honor to be standing before all of you today as valedictorian of the Austintown Fitch High School graduating class of 2019. I would like to begin by congratulating all of my fellow graduates on their accomplishments. Looking back, I am overwhelmed by the amount of memories we have made together over the last 4 years. Some of these memories were happy, others not so much, but they all played a part in leading us here today. These memories are going to stick with us after we leave the familiar halls of Fitch High School, where we spent every day of the last 4 years preparing for this moment. They say that high school is supposed to be the best years of our lives, but I hope that is not true. I like to think that the best years of our lives are still ahead of us. Although some of our paths may never cross again, I wish nothing but the best to each of you in the future. I hope you find your passion and go after it fearlessly. I hope you dream your dream and chase it until it becomes your reality. Be bold, be courageous, be kind, have fun, laugh a lot. Whether we talked every day or never at all, each of you have impacted me in some way, and for that, I will always be grateful. I would also like to thank my family, my friends, my teachers, my teammates, and my coaches for their endless support. I would not be who I am today without all of you. Congratulations, class of 2019, and for the last time, go Falcons. Thank you.
Hey fam, how's it going? My name is Jeremy Selby, and through somehow, some way, I'm standing before you as a valedictorian. And while I want to claim most of the credit for myself, a lot of it goes to those that have really helped me over the years. Namely, my fellow valedictorians, my close friends and friends in school, along with my teachers and mentors and my family. And with this, I really want to thank my teachers and mentors for the past 4 years. Namely, through my experiences through speech and debate, in mock trial, in FRC robotics, in NHS, National Honor Society, and even mentoring kids in FL Junior. Through all of these experiences and all of the people who have helped me through these activities, I have learned so much. I went from a 5-year-old who could barely speak a word and actually had to be held back in preschool to a college student that gives speeches like this on almost a daily basis. So for the last time in my high school career, I want to say thank you.
Hi, my name is Lainey Simons. First off, I would like to say thank you to our staff here at Austintown for putting together such a great ceremony and guiding all of us through these last 4 years. That includes everyone from our guidance counselors, teachers, the principal team, janitors, lunch ladies, and coaches. Now, of course, I wouldn't be here if it weren't for my parents and my family, so thank you all for sticking with me even when I know you didn't want to. But to Todd and Riley, my little brother and sister, please just quit fighting about everything. But leaving you guys in a few months is going to be the hardest thing I've ever done. I would also like to say thank you to my friends and peers for going through every step of this journey with me. We got through bio with the help of Ethan's Quizlet Classroom. We got through Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God in the Crucible. And finally, we ended up making those senior scrapbooks we've been seeing our friends stress over for years. It doesn't matter how many weeks in advance our teachers had us start working on them, they were all done the night before. I had a great time here at Austintown Fitch High School, as I hope you all did too. I trust that we will all be successful no matter what path we end up taking in the future. We were all in this together. Thank you guys.
Hello, my name is Alexia Soto, with special thank yous to my amazing guidance counselor, wonderful teachers, the most stupid yet best of friends, especially my homies since 5th grade, okay, my sister, my crazy mother, if you know, you know, and my super supportive father. I would not be standing here before you today, and I am more than grateful for that. Since you're all probably tired of hearing the same stuff over and over again, I decided to talk about the weather. I'm sure everyone has heard the cliche, in order to get the rainbow, you have to have the rain. Yet no one ever tells you how. Today, there are about 350 different types of rain sitting here, each one creating their own unique rainbow. Whether it be personal, athletic, or academic, every single one of us has found a way to never give in to the crappy weather. Instead, we grew brighter, blazed trails, and continuously strive for the light we knew that was ahead. Not only should we pat ourselves on the back, but greatly celebrate the storms we survived and enjoy the beautiful weather yet to come. Good luck to all, and thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Madison Tibbetts, and I cannot be happier or more honored to stand in front of you as a class of 2019 valedictorian.
So every day in communications, my buddy Ethan would say to me, Maddie, is it June 1st? And I would sadly have to say no every time. Well, Ethan, I can finally answer your question with a yes. I don't know about all of you, but for me, the anticipation of this day has been both exciting and nerve-wracking. I couldn't have made it this far without the best support system out there. There's not enough time in the world to thank every person who has helped me along the way, and I'm sure none of you want to listen to all of that, so I'll try my best to sum it up. First, I'd like to thank my friends for giving me rock-hard abs from laughing so much, but also giving me multiple shoulders to cry on when I needed it most. Thank you to all the staff members who have given me endless support over the years. It made more of an impact than you think. Last, but certainly not least, I'd like to thank my mom. You have been my biggest role model, and your strength amazes me every day. Through everything, you've been able to remain just who you are, and I aspire to be just like that. I cannot thank you enough for your never-ending love and support, and for never putting pressure on me. You always accept my best as my best, whatever that may be. Now to the class of 2019. As we all go our separate ways, I hope none of you forget where your home has been for the past 4 years. This place may be a little rough around the edges, but it's always going to mean something to me, and hopefully to all of you as well. I wish all of you nothing but happiness and success in your future. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sam Warg, and I am proud to say that I'm a valedictorian of the iconic class of 2019. Just as the Cleveland Cavaliers' 2016 NBA championship was a complete team effort, I could not have gotten here by myself. First, and most importantly, I would like to thank my mom and dad. You made sure I was always your #1 priority, and the love and affection you showed me is the main reason I am up here today. As Kevin Durant once said, you're the real MVPs. I would also like to thank my entire family for always supporting me and providing me with motivation to trust the process. Thank you to my friends and classmates for creating memories of me over the past several years that I'll never forget. Also, just as Coach K leads Duke to victory, the teachers and staff in this building have led me to this moment, and I could not have asked for a better 4 years. As the shot clock for this speech is currently winding down, I would like to leave you with this. Nothing is impossible, and if you ever feel as if you can't get that goal that you set for yourself, just remember that the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals. Anything is possible. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Elise Yantes, and now, after about 16,349 hours of school, a couple all-nighters, hundreds of procrastinated assignments, and thousands of memories, the class of 2019 is finally graduating. First, I'd like to thank a few people who have helped and inspired me. First, I'd like to thank my parents for dealing with my constant procrastination and for reminding me that hard work pays off. I'd like to thank all my friends for reminding me that school isn't everything and for all the hilarious memories. I'd like to thank my teachers and Mrs. McGlynn for guiding me towards my passions and pushing me to be my best. Finally, I'd like to thank my grandmother for inspiring me to become a third-generation female valedictorian and for reminding me that my intelligence is a gift meant to be shared. To the class of 2019, I have a quote from my favorite movie, Miracle. Coach Herb Brooks said, "Great moments are born from great opportunity." And that's what you have here tonight, boys. Take today as a great opportunity from which great moments can be born. I can't wait to see what we accomplish. All right, Falcons, see you later. And for the next 4 years, go Terriers.
Good morning, family, faculty, and fellow graduates. My name is Derek Yost, and it is an honor to speak before you today. Coming into high school, I had never believed that we would have experienced the things we did. Falling ceiling tiles, the skinny hallway rush, and extreme climate changes from class to class. However, I did believe that by the time I walked across the stage, I'd have life figured out. I don't. In fact, I have no idea what to expect of the future, of being an adult, and of living away from home. But that is where I have to thank all the amazing teachers, coaches, and counselors here at Fitch that have taught me how to deal with the unexpected. Thank you all for shaping me into the young adult that I am, ready to learn about how little I actually know and deal with it from there. To the class of 2019, I sincerely wish you all success and happiness in your future. It's the end of the world as we know it, but I personally couldn't be any more excited. Thank you.
Last but not least, my name is Michaela Zetz. I want to give special thanks to my mom for teaching me to always be happy because you never know what will happen in life. Constantly pushing me to my highest potential so I could reach my goals. Truly, she is my rock. Thanks to my father who shows me how to work hard through everything because it will pay off in the end. Exhibits strength and courage, never showing fear. If I didn't have my father, I wouldn't have half the things I have today. Thanks to my sister Mackenzie, without a doubt my best friend, having the greatest times together. I know she will always be there for me if I need something. Thanks to my grandparents and other family members. Eating dinner every Sunday is the one thing I look forward to every weekend. Their house is my safe haven, and I know they will never let me leave hungry. Thanks to Zach and Joni for being the best second family to me. Thanks to all my other friends for providing the craziest memories, always ready to have some fun. Thanks to all my teachers and coaches for encouraging me and helping me to do my best. Austintown Fitch truly has been great to me. Thanks to God for his immeasurable blessings upon my life, because without all these people, I would not be standing here today, and I just want to take this time to say thank you. I am eager to see what this class accomplishes in the future, and I hope all these people stay by my side through it all. Cherish the special moments in life, because time truly flies by within the blink of an eye. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2019.
For the past 4 years, Mrs. McGlynn has worked tirelessly to serve the needs of the class of 2019. And that's a major understatement, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Mrs. McGlynn, Senior Counselor for the class of 2019.
Good morning. Over the past 4 years, I've had the privilege of working with this group of talented, motivated, creative, intelligent, and extremely stressed out students. I am proud of each and every one of you out there for your accomplishments that you have earned and for some of the obstacles that you got through to get here today. Today we celebrate an outstanding senior class. Let me share with you the facts that will always be linked to the class of 2019. Today, 398 students will graduate. This class, as you know, celebrates 21 valedictorians, 85 honor diploma recipients, 94 members of National Honor Society, 104 PTA scholastic honorees, and I'm proud to say 2 military academy appointments, 1 attending the United States Military Academy at West Point, and 1 attending the Virginia Military Academy. Through the generosity of local organizations and community members, 126 local scholarships were awarded, amounting to over $125,000. Students from the class of 2019 will attend prestigious universities throughout the country, including the University of Notre Dame, Boston College, the Ohio State University, Penn State, TCU, and George Washington University, to name a few. Others have chosen to stay a little closer to home, and I'm very proud to say that many of those universities have awarded full rides to most of our students. That would be Youngstown State University, the University of Akron, and Kent State. The class of 2019, wait for it, was offered almost $10 million in scholarship monies. The class accepted $3.1 million for which they will use to further their education. However, facts and figures are simply that. They cannot begin to describe the class of 2019. There are many quiet leaders out there who always did the right thing, regardless of the sacrifice. There are many strong-minded young adults out there who embrace the challenge of academics at the expense of their coveted grade point. In front of me are talented musicians, writers, teachers, doctors, accountants, soldiers, engineers, mechanics, and athletes, determined to pursue their passions without hesitation. And more importantly, there are many individuals who went above and beyond every day to make Fitch High School a better place. That is what I will remember about the class of 2019. I'd like to leave all of you with a few thoughts. As you move through life, remember to thank those who provide you with unconditional love and support. Family and friends should become your most valuable assets. Fame and fortune are nice, but what truly signifies the type of person that you are is the level of respect, trust, and happiness you receive from others. Slow down. Don't always seek immediate gratification. Things worth having are worth working for and waiting for. Ultimately, remember that today will never come again. Embrace it. Be a blessing. Be a good friend. Encourage someone. Take time to care. Let your words heal and not hurt. Spread joy. Dream big and never quit learning. It has been my honor to know you and to witness your personal growth over these past 4 years. Although this may be the last time that we all assemble as the class of 2019, remember the common bond that links all of you to the classes before you, and always remember, once a Falcon, always a Falcon. Good luck and God bless the class of 2019.
When you control the microphone, you can make people feel uncomfortable, and I love it. So sometimes in leadership, you have to tell people what something isn't before you tell them what it is. This is not a retirement tribute to Mrs. McGlynn because she's not retiring yet. However, this will be the final senior class that she graduates in her career at Austintown Fitch High School. So it's absolutely appropriate to take a few seconds to honor Mrs. McGlynn. Mrs. Mary Beth Moran McGlynn is a daughter of Austintown, student of Austintown, wife of Austintown, mother of Austintown, grandmother of Austintown, teacher of Austintown, counselor of Austintown, and friend of Austintown. She has graduated 10 senior classes in her career as a counselor, and get this, this is legit, more than $75 million of scholarship money have went through her to kids in Austintown. And because Mrs. McGlynn is about serving kids, it's appropriate now for one of our young people to come forward and honor her. Let's go, Faith.
Last night, at around 9:45 p.m., I was heading home from my grandmother's house when I received a phone call. The phone call was from none other than Mr. Burney himself. Upon answering the phone call, Mr. Burney asked me to prepare another speech for this morning's ceremony. I was hesitant until he told me the subject, Mrs. McGlynn, our senior counselor. For those who don't know, the class of 2019 is her last senior class. Though she is not retiring after us, we are the last class that she will have for a full 4 years. There are truly not enough words in any language to describe what this amazing woman means to myself or the rest of my class. Her dedication to all of us is surely something special. For example, she is probably the hardest person in Fitch High School to get a hold of. On the outside of her door, she has a paper posted that says, "Where is Mrs. McGlynn?" And underneath it, there is a calendar with her personal daily schedule on it. This is there so that anyone can find her when they need her. This is one small example of her dedication to her kids. At one point during this year, my friend Sabria and I even threw around the idea of purchasing a ticket counter like they have at the BMV for her office, because on a normal day, her office is full of kids waiting to see her, and I mean full. At times, there are easily 10+ kids waiting outside her office for some precious time with the most popular person in Fitch. Whether it be to talk for a little about life or ask a question about college, she was always there for us, even when she should have been resting. This past winter, Mrs. McGlynn went on what she likes to call her Florida vacation. She was out for a few weeks after her stay in the hospital, and for a little bit, we weren't sure if she was going to be able to be here with us today. This was a trying time for all of us. The morning that we found out what happened, our class quickly overcame our fearful and sad feelings and moved directly into planning mode. The class officers met in Mrs. Carroll's room immediately because we knew we had to do something for the one person who does so much for us. In the days that followed this event, our class really pulled together as one. We created a gigantic "We Love You" card that the majority of the class signed, and then later on that week, my friend Caitlin and I delivered Mrs. McGlynn the card. Throughout her time away from school, and even when she was still in the hospital, Mrs. McGlynn actively posted on Classroom, assuring to us that her emails were open for anything that we may need. I will never forget the day when Mrs. Buzico and I figured out that you had been coming into the school to do work when no one else was there. One day during third period, a period where Mrs. McGlynn had 7 loving office aides to help her out, my friend Lainey came into the office and asked Mrs. Buzico, who assisted the class of 2019, when Mrs. McGlynn was out, if she knew where she had been keeping a recommendation letter that she needed for a scholarship. When Mrs. Buzico said she didn't know, Lainey looked in the mailbox outside her door. We then saw that the letter was mysteriously there. We came to the conclusion that Mrs. McGlynn had been sneaking into the office to do work when she should have been at home resting. That is the definition of a selfless and giving person. Even in a time when she should have been at home recovering, Mrs. McGlynn still worked tirelessly for us. She did not want any of us getting behind on our college admissions process because of her minor medical issue. Because of her, this class is very unified. The Falcon family saying is extremely strong with us. This is largely due to how Mrs. McGlynn helps bring us together. This class truly feels like a family. She is the backbone of our success and our togetherness. She has truly had a great impact on each one of us. One small attribute of hers that I have personally noticed is that she knows all of our names and most of our stories. Some counselors rush you, others ignore you, but Mrs. McGlynn, she makes you feel like her own child. She makes anyone she is talking to feel like they are special and worth the whole world. Through every student, she has seen hope and intelligence, but also their baggage. For some, Mrs. McGlynn was just their counselor who they visited when they needed their transcripts. But to the class of 2019, she was our guardian angel. For when a student felt lonely or hopeless, Mrs. McGlynn steps in and lightens their day with her happiness. I have personally seen her kindness firsthand. Her words have helped me and many I have been close to over the last 4 years. Without her encouragement and guidance, I might not have had the confidence to stand up here today. Mrs. McGlynn, thank you for being who you are. Thank you for your sleepless nights, your time away from your family, and your time in the summers where you have spent countless hours trying to make all of us happy with our schedules. Thank you for the letters of recommendation, the stories, the laughs, the smiles, and the sweets that you set out on your table for us when you know we have a stressful day ahead. Thank you for your countless hours spent working on making our futures better. We can never repay you for all that you have done for us, but from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, and we love you.
This must have been the best kept secret around. I'm not going to take any more time, but I just want the parents, the grandparents, everyone in the audience to know they are truly special to me, and it has been my honor to work with them. Thank you.
The final Burn sermon. If there's one word that I want you to leave with today, it's the word passion. You're going to hear this word more than once. So I really hope when you leave today, you're going to remember the word passion. Following your passion is a hobby. Work is what you do to pay the bills. What? When this person said this to me, I just had to look at that person. Following your passion is a hobby. Work is what you do to pay the bills. I looked at this person and I probably can never say this phrase again to anybody in here because you're going to think, yeah, he's not listening. I literally could just look at this person and say, I see your point. Following your passion is a hobby. Work pays the bills. Dude, if anyone ever says that to you, just say, I see your point and run. Class of 2019, I've got something to say to you. Follow your passions as you pursue education and skill set training you need for your future career, period. Seriously, pretend like you're the owner of a company and you need to hire one of the following: an electrician, a physical therapist, a teacher, a software developer, a nurse, an automotive technician, graphic designer, mechanical engineer, photographer, advertising sales agent, a carpenter, a physician's assistant. You get the idea. As the owner of that company, here's what you're looking for: a difference maker. Difference makers have passion for their careers. For sure, you need to have a strong work ethic. For sure, you need to continue to develop your skill set year after year. But let me tell you something, because this is going to happen. You're going to get a phone call someday for an interview. And when that person sitting on the other side of the table is interviewing you, here's what you want them to be thinking about you. We need to hire her today before someone else does. This guy has what we're looking for. We better hire him before someone else finds him. That's what you want your future employer to say about you. Because what that person is really thinking about you is that you are dead serious about making an impact in the lives of others. Passionate people have a strong belief in what they do makes a lasting impact in the lives of others. Passionate people have two characteristics: self-confidence and humility. Self-confidence is, I've got this, I'm prepared to do this, I know I can do this. Humility says, I don't need to tell others that I got this. I don't need to tell others that I can do this. I don't need to be validated by others by wanting to hear constantly how good I am. Because they're going to see it in me every day without me ever saying a word. Passionate people keep their mouths shut and just do what they do. Passionate people say this to themselves: people are counting on me today to make a difference, so what am I going to do about it? I believe that protecting this belief is why the actor Will Smith, and I'm curious if any of you out here have even watched this movie, the actor Will Smith says this to his son in the movie The Pursuit of Happiness. Hey, don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do something. Not even me, all right? You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you, you can't do it. If you want something, go get it. Period. Graduates, I think you might know this already because you already live in the real world. But let me remind you of something. There are lots of miserable people in this world. And I'm talking about self-inflicted misery. Contrary to what the actor Will Smith said to his son, years ago, some of these miserable people were told by others that they couldn't do something. And guess what? They believed them. They surrendered their passion to be a difference maker in the lives of others to, I gotta pay the bills, which means they are simply living the pursuit of misery. Class of 2019, you're better than that. May you always follow your passions with intensity and determination, along with an outrageous belief that you will get there. Congratulations. Families and friends, very shortly, I'm going to command you. I am going to command you to be absolutely silent as the names of graduating seniors are announced. And I'm telling you once again, absolutely silent. But now is not that time. Let's make some noise for these guys. Thank you. Austintown Fitch High School class of 2019, you have met all of the graduation requirements of the Austintown Board of Education, the Mahoning County Board of Education, and the Ohio Department of Education. I can now present you with your diplomas. But before I do, I have a special announcement to the audience. And I will tell you straight up, this is my 6th year of leading this. We are always absolutely silent. We don't embarrass ourselves in the stands. We don't make it about our individual children. We make it about everybody. The families seated in this auditorium, in this gymnasium, deserve respect in hearing their own son or daughter's name as their child approaches the platform, receives their diploma, and sits back down. So you will hold your applause and remain silent until every graduating senior is presented, until I tell you, and I will promise when you can, I will tell you when to unleash joy and celebration. Row 1, please come forward. Faith Marcio, Edward Odom, Sabria Hunter, Caitlin Shortino, Brett Porter, Matthew Bodnark, Brittany Christmas, Gianna Dorenzo, Zachary Eckert, Samantha Epperhart, Alex Giovanone, Jared Godwin, Robert Merrick, Cameron Pichatsko, Hallie Renda, Renee Seebacher, Jeremy Selby, Lainey Simons, Alexia Soto, Madison Tibbetts, Samuel Warg, Elise Yantes, Derek Yost, Michaela Zetz, Brandon Smith, Lauren Akushevsky, Kaylee Alberti, Tiana Amon, Melina Amero, Kyle Anderson, Nicolas Andino, Kevin Arroyo, Cameron Ashley, Taylor Bear, Emma Baker, Sonia Baker, Aaron Baldwin, Tyler Barnes, Megan Bartley, Alyssa Baxter, Raina Beatty, Rodell Bebbs, Matthew Bellino, Jessica Bellish, Gage Beltran, Trinity Benitez, Kaylee Bentley, Dante Bernard, Amara Bessner, Emily Bizarro, Nicholas Bizarro, Haley Bister, Michael Blackman, Dylan Blanton, Haley Blevins, Brooklyn Bodner, Matthew Bohr, Alex Booth, Cody Boserman, Deja Boyd, Ben Bronstein, Bryce Brenlinger, Andrew Bretzik, Abby Brown, Bira Brown, Calvin Brown, Ashlyn Burke, Rachel Burkle, Mary Burkett, Aaron Calhoun, Emily Campbell, Tori Capizzello, Kaylee Carquito, Brooke Carroll, Charles Carson, Madison Carter, Liam Carver, Haley Castellano, Robert Cavalier, Marchelena CJ, Taylor Sija, Malik Cheatham, Zaylong Chen, Leasia Childs, Angel Ciccarelli, Ethan Cochran, Brianna Collins, Christian Collins, Sierra Cortez, Caleb Crawford, Jack D'Amico, Keegan Davies, Christian Davis, Alec DiBaldo, Angelina Delbane, Alexis DeLance, Alyssa DeLance, Megan Durando, Nicholas Dominic, Bailey Doran, Angelina Dorbish, Aaron Duffy, Ramon Duval, Madeline Eicher, Zoe Ekis, James Elko, Michaela Ellis, Joshua Emery, Taylor Esker, Lily Fairbanks, Selena Faria, Haley Farrow, Dylan Fitzpatrick, Patrick Fleischer, Dominic Foley, Taylor Frank, Ashley Fuller, Macy Footgos, Garrett Geka, Alexandra Gay, Noah Gay, Madison Guerin, Nathaniel Galino, Juan Gomez, Dylan Gorgie, Raven Gurrell, Aubriana Greathouse, Alistair Green, Mason Green, Lyric Griner, David Gunger, Christopher Hack, Stevie Haken, Andrew Hall, Nicholas Hall, Santino Hanashak, Hannah Harris, Jemiah Harris, Gloria Hartzell, Ronald Hefner, Hunter Helmanack, Christopher Helms, Kayla Herman, Devin Higginbotham, Vernest Hildreth, Deja Hill, David Hoffman, Javon Hornbuckle, Jason Hosey, Adam Hudzik, Anthony Inhouse, Sierra Jackson, Maya Jackson, Noah James, Tyler Jaros, ignore it, ignore it. Let's keep honoring our people. Blake Jeffries, Joshua Itimo, Justin Johns, Alexis Johnson, Selena Johnston Gonzalez, Adrian Jones, Alyssa Jones, Javante Jones, Israel Jacino, Ethan Koloski, Madison Keaton, Kayla Kelty, Victoria Kennedy, Crystal Kidd, Brock Kimball, Zachary Kimball, Cassidy Kimbrough, Logan Kish, Blake Kusky, Ava Lagamba, Tyler Landers, Victor LaRose, Sydney Lochner, Austin Labarada, Hannah Lawrence, Jada Lazaro, Samantha Learn, Thomas Leskovac, Mason Levin, DeJuan Lewis, Sarah Linton, Abigail Lowe, Seth Lagero, John Long, Justin Long, Kalia Long, Quentin Ludwig, Molly McLaughlin, Jessica Magni, Brandon Moliteris, Mackenzie Marcello, Cody Marsh, McKinley Martin, Destiny Matthews, Nicholas Matusi, Molly May, Alexander Maison, Janiyah McCaskill, Caitlin McComb, Anthony McCrae, Katie McGuire, DeAndre McKeever, Deontay McKeever, Megan McLaughlin, John McMullen, Kaylee Meek, Charismar Mendez Tirado, Melissa Mershamir, Kenneth Missick, Dylan Miskell, Ronald Molinari, Kate Monroe, Dominic Maltabano, Trey Moore, Riley Morgan, William Morgan, Connor Morton, Zachary Michella, Stephanie Mulligan, Connor Murphy, Aaron Murphy, Kyrie Murphy, Tyler Moosh, Christian Myers, Vladislav Niboga, Daniel Newman, Naisha Overson, Venetia Pasley, Lenny Pierce, Jack Peterson, Aaliyah Flew, J.C. Piccoli, Isabella Pike, Robin Posey, Anthony Potkanicki, Jenna Prusky, Michaela Presbilski, Faith Reed, Katie Ryan, Kelly Rector, Joseph Remish, Muhammad Riaz, Cedric Ross, Jacob Ruan, Nicholas Rudder, Kayla Soller, Krista Shaw, Michaela Schultz, Levante Scott, Kaylee Senvisky, Vincent Shade, Sydney Sheely, Tyler Short, Trevor Cecilia, Amber Sierra, Chloe Sima, Daniel Skeens, Emily Skovrin, Derek Sletvold, Colin Smith, Haley Smith, Matthew Smith, Morgan Smith, Shalimar Smith, Zachary Smith, Paul Stanton, Elias Steffler, Amber Stein, Adria Stiletto, James Sutton, Susanna Sue Trigg, Shayla Taylor, Deasia Thompson, Miranda Truslow, Daniel Valentine, Jason Valentine, Daniela Varley, Dominic Veltri, Corey Vernon, Zachary Vestal, Nicole Vitullo, Paxton Walter, Sierra Walters, Brianna Wasilishin, Lucas Watts, Madison Weaver, Amelia Weber, Aaron Weiser, Isabella Wirtz, Angelina Wheatley, Aaron Williams, Imani Williams, Stephen Woodbury, Michaela Ushak, Ryan Zaboski, Paul Stevens, Travis Blackburn, Mackenzie Bradfield, Dominic Fowler, Dylan Hendricks, Skylar Kasparowski, Carly Robertson, Isaiah Tarver, Sophia Ostalosh, John Husvar, Maggie Keller, John Zimmerman, and now, by the power vested in me by the Ohio Board of Education, the Austintown Local School Board of Education, it is my honor to confirm that these young men and women have met or exceeded all the requirements for graduation and now officially enjoy the rights and privileges thereof. All right, we practice this. Let's hope it goes well. I'll just say this in order. We are going to, in a moment, stand for the alma mater. Faith will do the traditional turning of the tassel. And then after that, you will recess out of the gymnasium. you will meet your families outside on the front lawn. At this time, let's please stand for the alma mater.
All right, guys, it's time. We did it! Congratulations to the class of 2019!
Go ahead, you can do it. Students, you will now exit to the March recessional. Make sure you go to your homeroom to pick up all your belongings. Meet your parents outside.
Nice job. Nice job.
Tell you your dad came, you talked to him.
In association with Austintown Local Schools and Austintown Township.